Hello, welcome back to Believers Science Academy. This is Prelims Hacks topic of the day session. Today, the topic we'll be discussing is the grasshopper effect. Okay, the grasshopper effect refers to the process by which toxic chemicals and plastics from lower latitudes are transported to the Arctic region, accumulating over a period of time. Okay, transfer of pollutants from the lower latitudes to the higher latitudes of Arctic. It is called as grasshopper effect. Key report: the grasshopper effect was highlighted in the report titled "The Arctic's Plastic Crisis: Toxic Threats to Health, Human Rights, and Indigenous Lands from the Petrochemical Industry," which was released by Alaska Community Action on Toxics and the International Pollutant Elimination Network, that is IPEN. IPEN is a global network aiming to create a toxics-free future, advocating for the elimination of harmful chemicals around the world. Okay, it is about IPEN. Then, how the grasshopper effects work is mainly driven by global distillation process where plastics and toxic chemicals evaporate from the warmer regions, that is the lower latitudes, and then travel through atmospheric and ocean currents to the higher latitudes, meaning the colder regions. Okay, these chemicals then condense in colder regions like the Arctic, resulting in the buildup of hazardous substances that accumulate over a period of time. Okay, then the toxic chemicals in the Arctic. The Arctic region has become a hemispheric sink for these pollutants, which include polyaromatic hydrocarbons or PAH. These are linked to serious health conditions like cancer and heart disease. Okay, very important. These are not native to the Arctic. They are produced in the tropical regions or other lower latitudes, and then they are transported to Arctic region through atmospheric and oceanic circulation. Then bisphenols associated with various health issues like obesity and cancer. The Arctic environment and its indigenous populations are especially vulnerable to the toxic threats as these chemicals impact both ecosystems and human health. Okay, very important. Then, about the implications for Arctic communities. Indigenous communities in the Arctic are at risk as they depend on the local resources for their food, health, and the livelihood. The accumulation of toxic chemicals in the food chain through contaminated wildlife poses a significant threat to the indigenous people and their well-being. Okay, so they are being put to these limitations without any of their efforts to these pollutants. Okay, the pollutants are the product of people from around the world, but the impact is being suffered by indigenous people of the Arctic region. So it is imperative for the people of rest of the world that they come together to control these pollutants so that the lives of these indigenous peoples are not under threat. Then the report emphasizes the urgent need to address the global transport of pollutants and the toxic contaminants of the Arctic to protect both environmental and human health. Then this is also a global concern, meaning the grasshopper effect serves as a reminder of how pollution in one region can have far-reaching effects on distant areas, particularly in fragile ecosystems like that of Arctic. Okay, this underscores the importance of international cooperation in tackling environmental pollution and its impact of global health and human rights. Okay, very important. So this is why the grasshopper effect is in news and is very important. UPSC has a habit of asking these kind of terms out of context and with the 4 different and alternating options. So grasshopper effect is the transfer of pollutants from the lower latitudes to the Arctic, okay, through the distillation. So keep in mind, very small topic but very important. So this ends our session for today. Jai Hind.